Welcome to the Hebron Global Transformation Initiative. We believe that you can succeed in a rapidly changing world. Join the community of men and women who are striving to be transformed leaders of healthy families, spiritually empowered and financially free. Don't you want to be part of us? Please go on and listen to the message.
Dear colleagues, dear viewers, and our fellow partners in this program, we are grateful to be presenting to you the components of financial freedom. They are principles that can be implemented in someone's life, and they make a difference in terms of reciprocation, in terms of the affordability of basic needs, and even some wants and needs in life. So allow me to go strictly to the topic that we have termed that it as financial freedom. I'll begin by a brief explanation of what is financial freedom. In simple words, financial freedom implies having enough savings, investments with clear and profitable benefits, having stable and sustainable cash flow within your immediate access, and affording a lifestyle you want for yourself and your family without financial difficulties. In simple terms, that's the meaning of financial freedom. So we'll continue to talk about some basic requirements to create financial freedom. First of all, we have to have commitment and consistency to a systematic savings and investment plan. That's number one, basic requirement number one. The second requirement is multiplication of your accumulated deposits into profitable ventures. That's the principle number 2. And then principle number 3 is having the overall willingness to become financial free. And the last one, which is not listed again, is the others have done it. Why can't you also do it? And why not me? Why not you? So those are some of the summary key not address of the financial freedom aspect. So we will continue to give a brief explanation on definitions of money, how society perceives money, what is money, what is finance. So money in simple terms is defined as a tool that you can use to address your means and wants in life. So if it is a tool, then again we should not be taken hostage, taken for granted that money may bring some problems instead of bring blessings in our lives. So we need to be cautious, to be wise, and to be prepared to use money in a consistent and professional manner so that we address the concerns we have in our lives. So money is necessary in today's life. Money is also neutral. It is neither bad nor good. So you have to take it from this perspective that if you have money and you want to use it in a profitable aspects of life, and it will be the best thing you can enjoy in life. But on the other hand, you may use it in the wrong perspective and then to bring a curse instead of a blessing. So money also needs to be handled with extra care and wisdom. So it is good to be wise on how to use money. It is recommended to have a plan, to have a savings scheme, to have an investment aspect that brings some benefits and returns. You carry out the multiplication principle, and then you make sure that you gather everything that is possible to make sure that your investments increase and bring some profitable returns. We have a verse written in scripture, 1 Timothy 6:10, which says, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money and have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. So money, if it is not used wisely, it can turn to be a source of curse and instead of blessing. So also in Psalm 127, verse 2, it says that it is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night, anxiously working for food to eat, for God gives rest to his loved ones. So it is again wise to, much as we chase money, we chase treasures, we chase resources outside here. We need to be wise on how we can use our time, our talents, our gifts, and experiences to make sure that we earn a living without being enslaved by it. So that's the brief meaning of this Psalm 127 from verse 2. So we'll continue to again speak about some aspects of financial freedom. The first question to ask ourselves is why do we need financial freedom in any way? So there's a couple of answers to this question. One of them is to have enough passive income for living expenses, to be able to do what we like most. So also to let money work for us. Sometimes we have heard some things saying that I'm working for money, I'm working for this, I'm working for this. But it is wise and profitable and even biblical that money should work for us. We shouldn't be the slaves of money. We should have the control over it, we should have the schemes that bring money in our lives, and we should have a think strategy to be able that the money we get does not make us a hostage or slaves. Instead it works for our lives and brings enough return. So we also need money, financial freedom, in order to avoid the competition for high salaries. People in the corporate world sometimes are motivated by severe stiff competition in terms of increases in salaries. Yeah, so we are here given maybe 1 million or 2 million, but you want 5, 1, 10. Such kind of pressure that is exerted on our lives, and we see that we are not settled in terms of getting enough. So such kind of traits can be avoided, can be used with this principle of financial freedom. Because when you do investments, you do them in your own timing and your own resources, in your own capacity, and then the benefits that come out of it will be as much as somebody would wish to have. So there is also maintaining a stable lifestyle and managing your own self. So working independently, when you're not tied to some terms and conditions, sometimes which may be not favorable, working for others in tough environments where you have little chances to exercise your opinion, your freedom. So it is good to be able to manage yourself when you decide to be an investor, when you decide to carry out business, when you decide to do maybe self-employment. So all these are schemes that can create financial freedom to any other kind of person who is understanding these concepts and is committed to address them, to implement them. So there are also little chances to do what you want, and the time to do what you want, what you claim must is also a challenge. So being employed, being under pressure, being when you're monitored on the basis from maybe 7 to 5 in the evening, so there's little chances that you can do your shape is your gifts, the gifts you have, the understanding, the experience, all such kind of traits that somebody has in his body or in her body. There are little chances that you can make them productive and bring some treasure in your life. So it is good to have this mindset of financial freedom, such that you try yourself to try some investments and other ventures that can bring you enough resources to address your needs and even expand for the benefits of the larger community in the society that we live in. We will continue to discuss key concepts and principles in financial freedom, and then on this topic discussion we have is how do we create financial freedom. There are different ways, means through which a person can use an individual, company, corporation, and investment venture they can use in order to bring financial freedom into being. So there are a couple of elements here that we want to bring to your attention and try to be explaining each by one. And then the first one is employment. Employment is where somebody is contracted in a certain organization, an institution. It could be a permanent employment, it could be piecemeal kind of employment. It's where you earn wages and at the year, every month's end. So there is also self-employment. Self-employment is where there is an expert in certain field, and this person is a professional. Maybe it can be a doctor, it can be an accountant, it can be an engineer, it can be a construction engineer, it can be an IT professional, and these people also earn a great deal of resources using their expertise and profession. So another component is business. Business is wider and big, and in most cases, these people who are engaged in such kind of businesses, they earn a lot of benefits and returns. So business have some tax benefits, it has some investment benefits, it has a lot of gains that a person gains. That's why doing business is somehow better compared to employment. So the investments is also another component. Investments is where you employ your capital, certain venture, certain line of business, and then earn some substantial amount of returns. And in most cases where return investment is higher than the initial capital and the amount of investments, this kind of investment is considered profitable. So that's why we are saying we are trying to indicate different sources of financial freedom. So another source can be savings. Savings has a lot of benefits and advantages to whoever is doing it, and then we'll go into it in the next slides. Also can get a source of money from grants. Maybe a grant, it can be capital grant, it can be revenue grant, it can be a grant received from a family member or any other person who is encouraged, who is motivated to give support to an individual, a company, corporation to be able to do business. So there are different ways of how people can get resources, finances. Also, money can also be received as a gift from individuals, a person who loves you, a person who has a burden on how the kind of life that you're leading. So, and is committed to support you in terms of granting a capital. This kind of aspect also can lift up a person and carry out business in the near future, becomes a free man in terms of finances. So also money can come from friends and families. So that's also another source of financial freedom. Another source can be from suppliers. So it could be maybe selling some stuff, some goods and services, or any other kind of and then it is likely that what you're selling out to the public is not sufficient enough, and you need enough of those resources, and then you could also engage your suppliers and agree with them that maybe you don't have too much capital, and you can be able to secure their credit levels of resources that you need to sell in the public. So this can also be one of the sources of financial freedom. Another aspect of the source of financial freedom can be customers. Customers could be buying from you some good stuff, some good products, and where it is also not sufficient enough on the market. So and they would agree with you to continue to produce in large quantities when we don't have money, and they are willing to give capital to use it. So these were different sources of financial freedom, and I think somebody is encouraged to take one of them, or a couple of them, to be able to begin practicing them until it works for them. So we are encouraging people who can hear us on this topical discussion that these different sources can be one of your breakthroughs in your life. So take one, read each component here, get interested in one of them, and then you'll be able to begin practicing it. You never know, maybe your breakthrough could be in this one of these components. Thank you for being with us. This is the phase one of our discussion, then we'll continue to the next phase.